Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerdmodon, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Call of Duty Black Ops 2. For this particular episode, I thought this would be a good opportunity to enlighten you guys on what I've been doing the last few weeks, and just to let you know what I've been doing in real life and the video production segment of, well, what I do for YouTube. So with that in mind, guys, I'm going to break it down, so sit back, get ready, and let's dissect right into the inevitabilities. So, as you guys would probably imagine, a lot of Payday 2 videos have been uploaded to my channel, and I've really been enjoying the game. I know it sounds like from some particular videos where it seems like I don't enjoy the game as much. Well, in some cases that is true. I really miss the old version of the game where you could play, Ukrainian jobs and the club over and over again, and, in some cases they would get boring, but that was the whole point. You played with people that were funny. You played with people that were energetic and made you laugh. So, that was kind of like the handoff. You had the funny guys in the game, but maybe you played the same mission 300 times before that, and you were continually doing it for cards and XP, and that was just a trade-off. But needless to say the least, guys, I still enjoy the game. I find it to be one of the better games I've played in quite some time, and to be honest with you guys, it's a nice refresher. I know Call of Duty is one of those games that everybody plays all year round, and you play it 365 days until the next game comes out. And unfortunately, I'm not built that way. I've barely played games like that, and it's very rarely do I find games where I play them all year round. I think Battlefield 3 was probably that one game that caught my eye. Bad Company 2 was the same way. And some of you veterans that are PlayStation exclusive members, if you've played SOCOM, you know how addictive that game can get. In some accounts it can be very addicting because the games do take quite some time, and in a lot of cases it's a very competitive environment and you want to strive for your independence and you want to show your ranks in those games. So, I have played games that have sucked me in for an entire year, but there are also games that are noted as being AAA titles. I just don't find them to be that entertaining for 365 days a year. They might do okay for about 60 days, but by then I'm max level and I'm ready to move on. Payday 2 is not like that, however. I don't play it every day. I play a few games and, well, I kind of move on and get ready for work and do whatever I need to do. But in most cases, I have a good time. And the people that you meet in that game are usually very hilarious. They can be very funny, they can be very serious, and in some cases they can be very good at the game. And I really appreciate that. The guys that I've added on my list, I have a lot of fun with them. Some of them don't have microphones, and some of them do have microphones. And all the guys that do have microphones, well, you have very good microphones, and I thoroughly appreciate that because, well, I don't want to hear the baby in the background crying, and I definitely don't want to hear your brother eating your microphone. So that's nice to be able to hear a very crisp audio, and that's what I appreciate, and I imagine hopefully it sounds the same way on their side when I'm talking. Obviously, Astros have a pretty good mic, but it's not like having a standard microphone that is just its own unit. But anyway, we're not here to talk about microphones, audio quality, all that good stuff. But I just want you guys to know that I have been uploading a lot of Payday 2, and I look forward to hopefully evolving the channel and making it more creative and fun. But as of the moment, if you guys are really curious what I've been struggling with the most as of the moment, it is getting used to the new YouTube layout. I don't mean the layout as in your subscriptions or your homepage or any of that stuff. Unfortunately, YouTube is going through some changes, and the changes may be for the better or they may be for the worse. I don't know. I can't exactly depict what YouTube's future is, but YouTube's a platform that I enjoy a lot. I'm sure many of you guys do if you are a subscription to me, or anybody for that matter. You probably enjoy watching videos and you like to spend your time, well, in this case, wisely, and seeing what everything's about in the gaming market. You obviously have a passion for it, so it only feels right to accept your passion and to go forth with it. So anyway, guys, some of you might be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, YouTube is actually changing its quality standards. As of the moment, if you guys have seen other YouTube commentators, their quality might be diminishing slightly, in some cases, from maybe their previous versions. What I mean by that is if you go back 2 weeks ago and you check out a video that they produced and you were to compare it to now if they haven't updated their quality, the quality now looks a little different. It looks a little diminished. It doesn't look right. And I don't know if that's a glitch they're going through or if they're actually changing their settings. And it's not the biggest difference, but definitely it's very easily noticeable if you do not run 1080p and if you're not running maximum settings. However, I'm running maximum settings, but I don't upload in 1080p because the file sizes are very large, especially for the render settings I use. I know you can make 1080p videos using like MP3, MP4, AVC, all those other applications in Vegas, but those are like the worst quality. That's 1080p at its lowest setting, and they just look horrible. That's why you see a lot of videos on YouTube that are maybe in 1080p, but they're very pixelated. They don't look right. They have, in some cases, a lot of ghosting going on. And I pride myself on knowing that my videos don't have that, However, with YouTube changing its format, the Payday 2 videos have definitely taken a big hamper into a little bit more of a fuzzy feel to it. You're not really seeing pixelation. I've figured out how to fix that. That's a very easy thing to fix. You just have to know what you're doing. However, with YouTube going through its glitch or whatever cycle it's going through, it's definitely leaving a lot of the PC videos that are recorded using DX Story, or perhaps in some cases, to be a little bit offset. Now, it's not always the case for everyone. I've definitely seen big YouTubers like LevelCap that for the Battlefield community, or in some cases some of the very large channels on YouTube that are PC gamers in some accounts, not have this issue. So I don't know if it's something that I just haven't figured out yet, but I promise you guys I'm not just speaking out of some random thing blaming YouTube. I've definitely went through a lot of cycles. I've definitely done a lot of test videos that you guys haven't seen, obviously, because they're privated, and I'm still trying to hopefully evolve and change it to make the PC side a little bit more acceptable on my channel. But with that standard definitely out there and presented to you guys, I am doing my best to get that resolved, and if you guys are watching the Payday 2 videos, I thoroughly appreciate it, but just realize that I will hopefully be able to figure that out and get the quality back up to what it should be, because it definitely has taken a diminishing factor from YouTube's little problem, we'll say that. So anyway, in response to what I've been doing in real life, well, I've been working a lot. I've actually been picking up on a lot of hours that, needless to say the least, are not something that I want, but I can't complain when, you know, I'm making very good wages as it stands now, and having a few more hours a week is not really a big deal. So, as many of you guys know, I transferred jobs and I now work at the call center of Cabela's, which is a pretty big company. I think it's spread throughout all of the United States and a little bit of Canada, located near the border, of course. But with that in mind, I've been picking up a little bit more hours, and some of it's on my behalf, some of it's, you know, just me hitting up to my recommended amount that I would like to hit, and a lot of it's just the supervisor kind of walking around and being like, hey, you want to stay 15 minutes, and you know how that is. When you work a long shift, the last thing on your mind is, yeah, I want to stay another 15 minutes. But me being the gullible bastard that I am, in some cases I do accept that challenge and I stay for a little bit longer. So I can't be too mad. I definitely get the ability to upsell products. I get a percentage of commission and all that good stuff. So, you know, on the final paycheck, it's usually pretty satisfying in most accounts, and it's been pushing a pretty good number. So I can't complain too hard. Me complaining, especially about money, is something to be just noted as ignorance, but definitely I do appreciate it in some accounts. It just seems like for when that happens that day, I'm like, you bastard, can't find somebody else? You know, it's just how that stuff works out. With that in mind, I've definitely upgraded my keyboard. I know some of you guys will have seen my channel page and you'll been like, man, nerd, you're running a pretty shitty keyboard. Like a Walmart edition HP one? Really? Like out of all that money you're getting just out of your job, you couldn't buy a real keyboard? But yes, it did take me a long time to upgrade my keyboard, and I'm very happy to say that I have picked up one that I'm very satisfied to own, and it is the Razer BlackWidow Ultimate Mechanical Keyboard or something like that. I'll put it in the description if that's incorrect, but needless to say the least, it's amazing. It's a mechanical one. It has that clickety-clackety noise, and I've been really enjoying it. My whole setup is pretty green. You know, I have the Razer mouse, I have the Razer mouse pad, and I have the Razer keyboard, so it only made sense to definitely go with the green theme. And with that in mind, everything's pretty much lit up. It has the LEDs because I did get the more expensive one. You know, I think the standard one's like 90 bucks or something, so I bought the 120 for the LEDs underneath, or the lights and all that good stuff. So, you know, I definitely did get that. With the next paycheck coming up next week, I'm going to upgrade my computer chair. I want to get one of more of those executive chairs that cost about, looks like 100 to 150 bucks. That still be the next thing I get, and then I'll be getting some cooling systems and all that good stuff for my PC to try to cool down my CPU. I actually just have a standard CPU cooler, if any of you guys are familiar, and, well, it's probably about time to upgrade to something a little bit more injected by the water cooling side of it. And obviously with that comes more financial expenses. I need to buy a few more fans to satisfy my computer case, because if I'm correct, it can hold something like 10 fans or some ridiculous number. So definitely there is a little bit of upgrading, and I know that sounds like a lot of money that I'll be spending, but honestly, fans don't cost anything. You would think water cooling costs a lot of money, but it's actually pretty cheap. Even for like the best kit there is, it's still very cheap. So, you know, it's not really too much of a financial burden on myself. I do have a lot saved up, and I'm moving hopefully out of my house here soon. So definitely with that in mind, I have a lot of cool things to showcase, but with that definitely said and done, there's a lot of frustrations that do come with the financial side of moving out, just because, well, you know, believe it or not, you do enjoy everything that you have at the moment, and then when it's taken away or you decide to leave, definitely it's a little bit different of a circumstance. You look at things in a different appeal, and you definitely try to segment and look at, I guess, the circumstances in a different format than you commonly did. So, anyway, that's too much just information, but you guys get the main gist of it. You know, moving out is exciting, but it does come with some flaws, and it does come with a lot that you give up in the same expense. So, with that pretty much said and done, guys, that's what I've been up to. Nothing too crazy, nothing too definitive of my nature, but I want you guys to stay within the loop. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. If you guys are missing a few, definitely go check them out. I made a TTT video, and it doesn't seem like many of you guys saw it, but I will link that in the description, and there is a giveaway currently going on, so check that out as well, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day. This is NMO, and I'll be signing out, motherfuckers.